We're back with more Higurashi, and of course, I'm always looking forward to these episodes because we're getting a lot of answers. I mean, we had a big plot twist last episode where we found out Satoko essentially did the whole plan to get the whole town against her uncle, making it seem like her uncle was abusing her. I mean, that was a really big shocker. I was really pissed off at the uncle because I honestly believed he was like the bad guy. So it all turns out that Satoko is 100% behind the scenes, controlling everything. And honestly, I should have known better, right? After like season 2 started and we start learning that Satoko is behind everything, I should have known better. I should have known this is exactly what was going to happen. But nonetheless, it was still a great little plot twist. I loved it. I'm excited for this episode. But before we jump into it, let me remind you, at 5,000 subs, I will be cosplaying as Hisoka. So make sure to hit that sub button. Now let's go ahead and jump in and see what other evil plans Satoko is going to be doing. She has everybody fooled. Now, I wonder if there's actually some truth to that, because we know her uncle was trying to redeem himself in a way. So I'm actually wondering if her uncle was actually at some point really that evil, and to what extent it was. Yo, she needs an Emmy. She needs to win an Oscar. How do you say that? I don't know. But she needs one of those. And an Emmy. She definitely has the best acting ever. Yep, she doesn't go to school. She doesn't go to school. And then now we know why her uncle answered the phone so angry, because he believes Satoko is being bullied. Man. I'm guessing the whole rumor is about Satoko's uncle. Now, we do know the Hojo family is really not liked too much in this town because they were pro-dam. And we know this like kind of like what started the whole thing, you could say. Look at this. Look at this. Man, Satoko. I'm really not liking Satoko. Like in season 1, whenever they were going through college or high school or whatever that class is in that fancy school, I gotta say, I felt bad for Satoko. Because, you know, to some extent, she did make the choice to go to that school and she was falling behind. But, oh man, I don't know. I just felt bad for her. Yo, that's a cool apron he's got there. Yo, I just can't believe her, man. Like, I cannot believe her. See, I really want to get to the whole I want to get to the other class, the high school, whenever Rika and Satoko whenever they go, because I feel like that's when the story is going to change quite a lot. That's a little weird. That's a little weird. She knows something, right? She knows about her uncle returning. Look at that. She's the acting level is over 9,000. She was just putting a happy face in front of her uncle, and now she's all down in front of Rika. Yep, setting it up. Setting it up. She has no errands. We know this. She has no errands to do. She's just trying to stir the pot up so Keiichi and all of them start calling child services, start doing that whole strike against her uncle. And I believe here's when she has that meltdown, right? When Rika has the meltdown, which obviously means she was acting here too. See, I want to know the origin story of that. Like, did her uncle actually beat her? I don't know if they showed this before. Oh, look at this. Yo, you gotta be kidding me. She's really making it seem like, yeah, look at that. Her acting level is top tier. I mean, I'm guessing those rumors to some extent are probably true. Like maybe her uncle used to, maybe, hit her or something. But I don't think we've actually gotten to see that, like the confirmation of it. Yeah, I remember watching this episode back in season 1 and just absolutely feeling so bad for Satoko. And then this is the truth of it. Guarantee you she has that evil smile right now. See, but now I'm starting to think that all of this has been fabricated by Satoko, right? Like whenever child services got to the house, she was probably all smiling and happy and stuff like that. Yeah. Yo, Satoko is, she's, I wouldn't mess with her, okay? I wouldn't mess with her. Look at that evil smile, of course. She crazy. What? What is she doing? Is she actually losing her mind? Bro, that's just scary. That is just scary. The lengths that she's willing to go to her to convince Rika to stay in Hinamizawa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see why he gets angry. Yo, yeah. I'm starting to feel like even the child services like a year ago during last winter, I'm starting to think that's not true. She knows how to manipulate him 100%. Damn. Oh, like I just can't even with Satoko right now. See, this definitely pays off. This type of storytelling. It might be frustrating when you're watching season 1 because season 1 literally made no sense to me. Um, but now, I mean, everything makes sense. I mean, everything just fits perfectly. And what's really sad is that Rika is actually trying to like help Satoko, and she doesn't know that Satoko is literally behind everything that she's going through. I hope she finds out. I hope, like in the last couple of episodes, like the last little arc, she finds out that Satoko is behind everything, and then maybe she can start defending herself. So now, because I remember this little arc, Rika started believing that Keiichi was the one that had the power to change fate. But I'm over here thinking, well, Satoko was the one manipulating fate from the beginning. So really, Keiichi has no power. It was all Satoko. Man, she's really playing this well. So that's why he gets defensive whenever the teacher shows up. Because he believes the teacher is in on it as well. Man, she's really playing everybody like a fiddle. Satoko is, the best manipulator you could probably argue that she is. She's literally playing with everybody, and they don't suspect her at all. That evil laugh once again. Yeah. And obviously it doesn't help that her uncle is really like hot-blooded, you could say, where he tends to go off very easily, kind of like anger issues. Because like if her uncle was to go to the school and try to report the bullying, there will be a contradiction of stories, right? Like the teacher will be like, well, nah, that doesn't really happen. I mean, she's great friends with Rika, Rina, Shion, and Keiichi, right? Like they're always playing, they're in the club playing games. She has a lot of friends. She don't get bullied. Of course, the uncle probably won't believe them, but that's a whole different story. Yep, she tells them that she's fine. I mean, I still can't believe they would do this over the phone. You would think they would actually go to the home. Dang. She's really playing him, right? He started downing. He's like, why is Shao Services calling us? Like, but then she was able to turn that back to the town. The suspicion, put it back into the town and bullying her. Yo, I do like Satoko for a villain. Like I do like her as a villain. I like villains like that are, they're all about the mind games, controlling everything from behind the scenes. I love villains like that. So I'm guessing. Oh, I was about to say, I'm guessing everything happened already, like the whole uncle situation was taken care of. It doesn't seem like it. So now she thinks she was forced to say that. I remember this. This is when she has that mental breakdown, right? Which obviously now we know is fake. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. She's literally able to manipulate everybody. Look at that. Yep. Ooh. Now I'm curious. Was this acting or is this like a side effect of the powers? Like maybe she's losing her mind. I mean, she seems to be having a lot of fun. Like, cause we saw her eyes flicker, right? So I'm wondering if this is legit. Yeah, now I don't know. I'm guessing she's acting, right? Because she seems to be like, she seems to know what's going on. So I'm guessing she's acting. Yeah, I remember this scene in the original one. It was sad. It was sad. That was her brother she was calling to. Yo, she is diabolical. She's definitely having a lot of fun. Okay. All right. Feathering is also kind of freaky. All right, I don't judge. I don't judge. But all right, that was episode 8 of Higurashi When They Cry. Is it Go? You know, the season 2 of Higurashi. And again, there's not really too much to talk about this type of episodes because we're getting the explanation of what happened in season 1, right? We're getting like the retelling of the episodes in season 1, but they're kind of putting in the answers to everything. And I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with Satoko. I love Satoko as a character because I love the fact that she's manipulating everybody into thinking that her uncle is actually hurting her. And I'm honestly starting to think that at the very beginning, it's not true. Like, I don't think at any point in time her uncle was abusing Satoko. I could be wrong about that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they told us about this story. Maybe I forgot. Maybe they talked about it in season 1 and I just don't remember. But I honestly feel like Satoko is fabricating all these stories throughout. Like, she's playing like the long game, right? Like, she's been fabricating all these stories for like a year or so. So I honestly don't believe her uncle is that bad. I don't think he abused her. I could be wrong. If somebody actually knows, definitely let me know in the comments. But yeah, Satoko, she's manipulating all of her friends, her uncle, everybody. She literally has the whole town full to the point where we know what's gonna happen, right? Keiichi is gonna get everybody to gather to start striking. He's gonna get all the leaders of the village to go against Satoko's uncle, and we know how that story ends, right? If I remember correctly, I believe Keiichi ends up going to his house and he does the deed. He messed him up really bad. So yeah, I mean, we all know what's going to go down. I'm excited for it. I'm honestly waiting for like the last bit of the episodes, right? Like the last bit of the season, because I feel like once we get all the answers to all the little arcs that we got in season 1, so once we get to like that academy that Satoko and Rika went to, I believe that's when the story is gonna start branching off into like its own conclusion, right? Where maybe Rika finds out about Satoko having the curse as well and being able to go back into the same loop as Rika and making sure that she stays in Hinamizawa. Heck, maybe Satoko does convince Rika to stay in Hinamizawa. Who knows how this one is going to end, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I love all the answers. Again, it's like a perfect puzzle piece, right? Everything is fitting in quite well, and I'm glad we're getting this, right? Could you imagine if season 1 was everything we got and everything was just open for interpretation and you just had to like guess kind of what happened? That definitely would have been bad. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this before in a couple of my videos, where I wonder if there's somebody out there that would do like a perfect order on how to watch When They Cry. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of people that they talk about the Fate series and what's the best order to watch it in. This is like the perfect anime to do that, right? Like, watch like the first 6 episodes of season 1, then go back into like season 2 and watch like the first 2 episodes, so on and so on. I feel like somebody can definitely do that, and it will be like a really nice linear story where everything makes sense from start to finish. I feel like that would be great, and I'm pretty sure somebody out there has definitely done this. If they haven't, I will be quite surprised. But yeah, overall, another great episode. We got great answers. Looking forward to the next episode and see what are we gonna learn next, right? So overall, 2 thumbs up. But let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode, and like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.